Good morning. Happy Monday. Monday morning mindset. Wow, wasn't Saturday this weekend a beautiful day we've been given by God? Wow, not many days like this left. Hey, today I want to talk about something that's been on my heart in this past week is caring. Caring creates communication. It also creates connection. And without that care, words really don't connect. And on my personal side of my story, growing up as a high-level athlete, when that ended in an instant by injury, I didn't have any resilience. I had no idea how to bounce back. And years later, I realized I had real no communication from my parents to my parents. I was one of five kids in the middle, and I was kind of like seeing all these worlds happen around me. And the busyness of life, two parents working, all kinds of stuff. I don't blame my parents. Nobody taught them. This is one of the reasons I'm bringing this up, because I've learned this in my own experience. They had no connection to me. And it started with because they did not have communication. They just weren't taught to communicate in a kind, in caring, so we need to care. Right? We all love our kids and we want them to grow, and we love our family and people and friends, right? We need to care and put more time into that. And then we need to communicate, and that creates a connection. And when we do that, it's a win-win for everybody, right? So, and it builds children up, and it's teaching them resilience. It's teaching them not only to care, it's teaching them to communicate and then connect, not only to other people, but themselves. So my life spiraled out of control. Alcohol, drugs. My life was over because I only had that athletic identity. Okay? And this I know a lot of people go through, and with a lot of different aspects of life. Even professional athletes ending their career by injury, aging out, or getting beat out, and then they have to transition. Military people transitioning. Regular people transitioning, where we just don't have that resilience, that bounce back, and we turn to other vices. Okay, and again, I'm not blaming my parents; they did their best. And I'm seeing now that I'm going back into coaching and am back into coaching. I'm not the main coach, but what I'm seeing around me is kids breaking down more than ever. People in general look at the world, they're breaking down more than ever, aren't they? Kids are striking out. They're shutting down. I've recently had 3 different girls in the same game, 3 different athletes crying because they made a mistake. And then a 4th withdraw completely angry, bitter, just not wanting to be part of the team, not wanting to communicate, not just hate on herself. That's her focus was. Okay, why? Because there isn't the caring, there isn't the communication, the proper communication, and there isn't that connection from the coach to the kids, and I'm seeing it from the parents to the kids. Parents slamming their hand down on the bench when their daughter, on the stands when their daughter struck out. What message is that sending? That's not caring. That's not communicating properly. That's not helping develop, as I hear this word used all the time. We're developing the athletes. No, we're not. We need to bring, like I keep saying, the culture needs to change, but it starts at home. It's with the coaches, and we need to have an open mind. I'm experiencing coaches that only do it one way and they don't want to change, but the kids aren't developing and benefiting. They're not learning. They're not growing, but the coach thinks they are. Okay? So and a coach at the end saying, that these girls that got beat, okay, they did great. It was 0-0 most of the game to a better team. And then in the last inning, they lost 5-0. Okay, and the coach says, this is a game you want to forget. That was the message. Sometimes there's games you want to forget. Okay? That's terrible. Okay? That's not leading. That's not developing. That's not guiding. We need to care. We need to put more effort into communicating properly, and that creates a connection to the player or people. Okay? Hopefully this is making sense. Parents shouting, criticizing, other things. That's not helping. Because what are kids really learning when that happens? The pressure goes up, confidence goes down, too much of be better, and not enough I care, and not enough proper communication. Care, proper communication, lead and guide. Proper communication, hey honey, I saw you struggle, or son, I saw you struggling out there. Hey, let's Google this together, the word resilience, and look at the definition. Interact with them, okay? Care, communicate, all of it. It creates that connection, and that connection helps them grow, be resilient, and build. Okay? Instead of criticizing, ask questions, show compassion, lead. Don't base it on your goals for them. You can guide gently. I saw you struggle. Let's talk resilience. Your tone, your words, your presence, they all teach. Okay? Step back from our old programming. Choose to care differently. Be mindful. And then because we're all human. I deal with this too and reset all the time. Okay? Understand you're human, forgive yourself, readjust, and build something, or put effort into changing something and be better 2% on that one thing every day. Show care, communication better, build connection. Everybody wins, right? Kids gain the foundation for life this way. I hope this message is resonating with you or someone. Enjoy the day. Look for positives. When there's negatives that happen, lean into it and look for what positive you can pull out of that negative. There's always at least one positive. God bless. Find the good in everything. Have a great day.